If you're a dog owner in Vancouver, Washington, you probably want to get out and enjoy the city with your best friend. But to do that, you need a dog who's confident and well-behaved. So we're going to walk through how to find the right trainer to help you get there. I mean, just picture it for a second. A nice, relaxing walk along the Columbia River, and your dog is trotting calmly right beside you. No pulling, no lunging. That's the dream, right? And it's totally possible with the right kind of training. So first, let's get into why training is so helpful for living here in Vancouver. It's really about creating a partnership so you can actually enjoy the city together without all the stress. I mean, think about all the things you might do. You could be trying to navigate the busy uptown village, or maybe you're at a festival in Esther Short Park. In those situations, your dog needs to be able to stay calm and focused. And good training is what makes those outings fun instead of frustrating. Okay, so what kind of training should you be looking for? Well, the gold standard is positive reinforcement. This isn't about being the alpha or using punishment. It's simply about rewarding the behaviors you want to see more of. It works, it's humane, and it really strengthens the bond you have with your dog. All right, we know why we're doing this, so now let's figure out the what. It's time to narrow down the right type of training for what your dog actually needs. And that leads to the most important question you can ask yourself. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you starting from scratch with a brand new puppy? Or are you trying to work on a specific issue with your adult dog? The answer really points you in the right direction. Most of the time, your goals will fall into one of these three categories. Puppy training is all about getting them started on the right foot. Basic obedience is about clear communication for everyday life. And behavior modification, well, that's for more complex stuff, when you need to change an ingrained habit or an emotional reaction. So where should the training actually happen? Here's a good rule of thumb. If the problem happens at home, barking at the delivery person or jumping on guests, then in-home training is your best bet. But if you need your dog to learn to focus with other dogs and people around, group classes are fantastic for that. They're like a safe practice run for the real world. Okay, you know your goals, you have an idea of the format you want. Now for the really important part, how to check out a potential trainer to make sure they're the real deal. Now, certifications aren't everything, but they are a great starting point. Something like a CPDT-KA tells you a trainer has a solid base of knowledge for general training. If you're dealing with something more serious, like deep-seated fear or aggression, you might look for a specialist with a certification like IABC-DBC. That shows a deeper level of expertise. And of course, we have to talk about money. This chart gives you a general idea of what training costs around Vancouver. As you can see, group classes are often the most affordable way to go, while the more intensive options like a board and train program are naturally a much bigger financial commitment. So once you've found a few trainers that seem like a good fit and are in your budgets, it's time to do a little more digging. And this is where asking some good questions makes a huge difference. When you get a trainer on the phone, have a list ready. You definitely want to ask about their methods, how they'll tailor a plan specifically for your dog, and how you'll both know if you're making progress. And if you're dealing with a bigger behavior issue, asking if they'll coordinate with your vet is a really good sign. That first conversation tells you so much about their approach. And don't forget, the class or the private session is just the beginning. The real work happens with practice. So let's look at a few good spots around town to work on those new skills. But first, just a quick but very important heads up on the local rules. Your dog has to be on a leash everywhere in public unless you're in a marked off-leash dog park. A regular 6-foot leash is really your best friend for practicing safely around the city. When you are ready for some off-leash work, Burnt Bridge Creek Dog Park is a fantastic place to go. It's fenced in, which makes it a safe spot to really nail that recall. Getting your dog to come back every single time you call. Another great fenced-in park is Leverage Park, right in the Uptown Village neighborhood. It's a perfect place to work on polite greetings with other dogs and people, which is such a crucial skill for a city dog. And for when you're ready for a bigger challenge, On Leash, Vancouver Lake Regional Park is perfect. The trails there have all kinds of real-world distractions, other families, bikes, even wildlife. It's an excellent place to see how well your dog can maintain focus. Because in the end, that's what this is all for. It's not just about stopping a few annoying behaviors. It's about building a confident, happy dog who can be a real partner on all your adventures around Vancouver. Hopefully, this gives you a clear path forward on your training journey. Putting in the effort now to find a great trainer is going to make your life better in so many ways, at home, out in the neighborhood, and with pretty much everyone you meet. We wish you and your dog the very best as you get started.